for real. Never meant to make your daughter cry. I apologize, it's really time.
Yeah.
What's up, Miss Jackson?
Yeah. Bounce. Yeah.
World Electronic Sports Games returns with a new season, the largest championship among national teams in the history of esports. Dota 2, Hearthstone, CSGO, StarCraft 2, and $5.5 million at stake. European finals will be held in marvelous Barcelona from the 22nd to the 26th of November. Win your slot in the finals of the World Championship. Register right now.
Welcome back, folks, to what is going to be the third game of the Hellcase Cup, number 6 over in Group B. Of course, this is just day 1 of week 4. So much still left to be done before we can reach our playoff stages. Of course, as part of getting there, our teams have to battle out tooth and nail against each other in a round-robin group stage. Just so we talked about this, of course, is over on the Group B side of things. So it's getting pretty aggressive, one way to put it. Not exactly looking decisive, yeah. Well, either way, the knife round is underway. Fragsters will be the ones to clench that one. We'll give them the decision on where to start on Inferno. It is a best of 1. All group matches are a best of 1 in this one. Just to answer the question of degree. Quick pause, of course. Both these teams are going to basically likely discuss things, unless it's a tech. Let's have a look. They're on pausing straight away. I mean, it's basically whatever. A trivial situation. Been on the toilet, Torben. You do say some funky things. I'll tell you that, buddy. It looks like both teams are ready to go. The unpause being called. Game number 3. Resume. Kit on towards the current. This is identical, really, to the CT side pistol we saw earlier on from Fragsters. 4 pieces of cav and just that kit. Thing really gonna shock me here. AVANGAR. We're going for 2 utility-based players and the rest on the cav. Right down in towards Banana. This could be a bloodbath. The free peek comes in. The taps from Dragonfly going 1 for 1. Quickly the T's start to respond. The Glocks gobbling up a few kills before backing off. Not wanting to commit towards the B site. Problem is the wraparound has come through. Frostlev is denying them any sort of rotate, cutting them down, going for the quadra kill, and so he will achieve it. Beautiful work from him as he cuts down his opponents right as they try and walk in towards mid. Great map control as well. A great individual read just to push down mid as his team take the fight in Banana. Gives Fragsters their first pistol to work with, and their first round to work with as well. AVANGAR going to go for the deagles and such here. Certainly looking to be competitive going forward in the second round, but it's going to be tough. An opportunity may be granted over on towards the app side of things, but no, they fall back. Was thinking maybe if we saw Frostlev face out balcony, then Jamie someone like that then could potentially take him down. It's all a game of ifs and buts at the end of the day, but there was always a chance, I guess is what I'm saying. Looking to see if he could maybe find himself a kill of some sort, but quite come through just yet. AVANGAR actually just sprinting down towards the bottom of Banana. Back towards mid, gonna grab the bomb and then just group up in center of the map, it seems. Like AVANGAR have decided, you know what? Let's become a ball of pain. 3 players. On towards long corner. The CZ taking the contact. The Deagles standing behind to act as the cannons. 1 player hidden in the mix over on towards apps. That being Demon. Bust is going to take the fight. Oh, one of the shots of the CZ landing. Only 12 in the chamber. Not quite going to be enough for him to work with his Frostlev. Will then peek from pit, and that's going to be kill after kill, frag after frag. He gets locked in for Fragsters. Simple as that. They make it 2-0. Money being made, of course, by these UMPs. A fair few of the kills, though, did go to Frostlev, which isn't ideal. You don't make too much from the rifles at the end of the day, but not exactly a crazy point and nothing worth harping on about, as it is still 2-0 at the end of the day, and AVANGAR can't do anything here, so a second chance. Likes of Sakura and Dragonflight. Stav. Just to do a bit more damage, make a bit more money. And you can see them getting a bit aggressive with their peaks. Frostlev is doing the same, and actually will be the first to find a kill. Likely the second kill as well going his way. I mean, Quicker, I like the chance. I like what you're doing. You're banking on the Glock headshot landing. It actually does. Frostlev, that's awkward, buddy. But it took a while. It took a while to come through. Dima. And this is the frag towards Stav. A second on towards Dragonfly. Hold on a second. This shouldn't be doable. This shouldn't be going this way. Does pick up the rifle. No Kevlar behind it. It's 13 HP though, so really wants to get that. The arms of James. Hit almost being held hostage as well, but that doesn't quite matter as Sakura and Torben both have them in play. Real big element of this round. If that bomb does go down, they're going to need it. Sakura then gets picked off. AVANGAR, a very good round. The peek comes in from the Famous, will take down one, so makes it a bit easier for himself, but he peeks Jamie. What happens? Quicker will swing from Max. That is very well played from AVANGAR. Question came in of, what do you think is better, the Tech 9 or the CZ? I think the CZ now is miles better. Either way, the full eco reigns supreme. Somehow makes it work, and I credit to them. Almost an understatement. A lot more weaponry to play with. Now they look to once again equalize the scoreline. Give Fragsters a real run for their money. What? Prison, what? Sprays through the smoke. Twice over. He actually gets a kill from it as well. What is that? I don't know. I'm actually a little bit lost on how that comes through, but fair play to the guy. Wacky flick. Wacky kill. The Crone up on Flower Pot. Question to be asked on if he's going to get checked out as quicker. He's going to take the jump. Well, that is the first kill, and that information now has been garnered. This T-side should be able to adapt to that. You walk into the crossfire setup. Frostlev now there as well. This is where things get painful for AVANGAR. They have to break this, but in order to crack it open, they have to take the fights, and as when they do, things get worse and worse. By the second, just headshot after headshot. They just can't get close. Penetrated by Frostlev as Crescent hits the deck. Dima over on the A site. He was the lurker. He's become the sole champion of this team. Slowly taking the corner. Fab is going to be holding it. Enough for Fragsters to edge things out 3-1, and I kind of put AVANGAR back in their place. Can't really spend into this round. All we should see is pistols, likely from Quicker. But they go for it anyway. I don't know if I agree with this. This is ballsy. You have 2 AKs and a majority of pistols. They do have utility to back them, and I guess because you're thinking in your head, alright, we actually did fairly well with the pistols before, so there's definitely a real chance, but no, I feel like all you did was just give Frags a bit of reality check that they should be doing more on their CT side, and that's what we then witnessed in the follow-up round. Bunched up on Banana, this time no lurker, so no information. In the last round, they had Dima working up on towards A. They knew that A was a very open site. This round, they have no idea at all what is going on. Prison going to be joining the back of the pack. Lining up the smoke. A single flash right now and a peek from Fragsters. That's a spray down, that is. That really is, because none of them were looking. They were all just kind of idly by waiting. Quicker taking the aggressive fight, but Molly's going to force them back. They didn't check their corners. This is abysmal. Sycaron given. Kill after kill. Dragonfly, he would have picked one off as well. And amongst all the madness, a high flash going to deny the push. A second flash as well. You have to allow Sycaron to peek. That was terrible. Not checking any of their corners, just all tunnel visioning. The fact that Dragonfly is setting over on towards Coffins. Too simple for Fragsters. Really is just too simple. I see someone saying the most obvious position, and as usually, I like to not be harsh. I think being harsh really is a crap thing, right? You're always going to be, if you're going to say something harsh, you're going to be justified in it. But you are fairly accurate in saying it's a very obvious position. First oranges is like one of the most basic things you check when you're pushing on towards B. And it's also a very transparent crossfire. If you've got someone peeking Coffins in the way that he is, you know likely there's either someone quad or oranges. I mean, to be honest, you don't even need to know about the crossfire. You just need to know, alright, there's 2 players on B. Where are they going to be? There's only so many places you can be. It's either first or second oranges. You're either over towards Coffins, you're either quad, or you're dark. You know he's not dark, or at least he's not facing you, and the likelihood is he's not going to be baiting you in dark. You know he's not quad. Your teammates are all dying from first oranges, so you could just turn and react to that. That was the situation. It was messy. Either way, the pistols do get blown away. Simply in the round. Nice mollies. Buster taking a lot of free damage. Down to 52 HP right at the start of the round. The molly going to be thrown back in response. Torben going to just push through it. They want to establish banana control. Really drop the gauntlet on towards AVANGAR right here, right now. They can see they are the dominant force in this game. They want to continue to establish that. Of course, the fact that Kristen has been able to work so far up and towards A is pretty huge. Enables him to open things up with the initial kill. But let's see if they check for Frostlov. I'm not quite sure. He finds a kill. He finds a second. He looks for a third. Quicker, finally gonna deal with him. But a deep frag grenade, that could be huge. It's only doing just a scraping of damage, so not quite as bad as we expect. But it's still a 3v3. Dragonfly, a flash towards short. Waiting for the smoke to fade as he peeks out with his AWP. We'll throw a smoke towards pit to make things a little bit more doable for his teammate. In terms of the apps exit. Torben starts to leave, sees Jame. Already after finding that initial kill, of course. Bear in mind, Sycaron dealing with a double up player in pit. But they know exactly where Jame is. That CZ will eat him alive, smothers him. Fragsters then straight on the defuse. Another round in the bag for them. It may have been a little messy, but it is still going to be 6-1. Andrew with the AWP, 4 rifles. Smoke, molly, and flash. That is all they have. All in individual numbers. There is no multiples there, just one of each. What? Think about for AVANGAR and how they want to go about this. Oh, I like this as well. The boost. It's crafty. See him? I think he did. We definitely saw him though. I don't want to take the shot just yet. A lot of information now gathered from Fragsters, but will only change the way they play. Quickly calling Torben over for his aggressive B stance. Come back towards the A site. I'm gonna say. Dragonfly just now holding on towards short. AVANGAR literally jumping around in mid. Isn't gonna face in towards this orb. Has to play this perfectly if he wants to survive, because it's a hard angle at the end of the day. Could have the upper hand if Dragonfly misses the flick, but that's quite a short one. A flash from mid, alright. You could bait him to either peek. That's where Kristen has a chance to swing on him. A few different ways he could survive. It's definitely not all him just being written off at the end of the day. They time it well. Kristen does miss his shot though. Does open up for a second kill. Dragonfly now trying to hold things down. That's beautiful. The quick shot on towards Quicker, making things go 2 for 2. They've not committed to A. by any sense of the word. The bomb now sprinting over on towards B. Buster already further up. You have got the lurker being Dima up in towards apps, but Frostlev's just going to sit and relax anyway. The patience game now. Both of these players. Frostlev deciding to drop Jame. We'll pick off Dragonfly. Dima striking. Forcing the bomb back over on towards this A site. And Torben, last man standing. 3 seconds to spare. But it's enough. Bomb gonna tick on down. Of course, Torben not really gonna be showing much face here. Likely to be caught off guard by Dima as well. It's all just a battle of timing once again. Like he's gonna get away with his life though. Exiting in second mid. Down towards the bottom he'll go. For AVANGAR, of course, first round on the board, and it's good for them too because they're not having to rebuy a whole lot. They'll only have to rebuy 2 AKs. Reason why that's so important is that no matter the outcome of this round now, things still aren't all downhill for them if they get a reset or anything like that. They still have money to spend. Hopefully this is the start of something though. I'd really like to believe that. Good early molly. Both teams exchanging fire. Flashes to be thrown as they are going to push on through, but right into the flames. Costly for Quicker, down to 36 HP. Frax has been exceptional at doing that early damage, but translating it into kills, looking like it may well be somewhat harder than it has been in the past for them. Of course, still just 4 rounds in the lead. Easily broken. Not a long way off, very early days. A good start. Undeniably so. Neck control now. Or AVANGAR in a wallbang attempt. Coming on in, but nothing to be achieved. Still just a tagged up AVANGAR lineup. Looking to see if they can get themselves out on towards A. Withdrawing though. They have to go back for that bomb, bear in mind. And I think that'll prompt them to maybe think about retaking Banana before they think about any other options. But with 40 seconds left, if they retake Banana, I think they're pretty committed to B at that point, which means that Dragonfly should get a pretty early heads up that that's what's coming. His contact here is going to decide whether they can get the site or not. He peeks, the shot doesn't come through, he has to run away, gets away with his life intact, and then will slip out with the AWP and find one. The more work he does, the better things even get. The fact that Torben takes down Dima makes things even worse. Sakron on towards Crizzen. Now it's really all going downhill. This is a slippery slope for AVANGAR. They start dropping anyone else and the round is done. Thankfully, Buster will get something to work with as the bomb is planted. But it's double or nothing for AVANGAR. Jay make things a little bit more doable. Taking down Sakron, now holding. Stavin, but misses the shot. Oh, I like this molly. I like this a whole lot. With the backstab. The molly baiting their attention. Doesn't really do anything, but pulled the eyes of AVANGAR over. You actually saw him look from church. Able Torben just to walk on around. Fragsters 7-2. The molly he was actually going for, in fairness. He did miss it. But the molly still actually worked out because it did distract them. But the original goal of the molly is actually to burn towards quad. But yeah, we saw where it ended up. But they still looked at it anyway, which is the funny thing for me. That definitely wasn't the whole goal in itself, but that is a quad molly. I think you just have to go a bit more to the right, judging by what I saw from his lineup. But yeah, AVANGAR still chose to look at the molly. They had to kind of turn around and be like, what did he, what's going on? They were a bit confused. So it still is 7-2. Of course, I highlighted that they would have money to play with them, and we can see that here. They still got rifles. They have UMP as well on Jame. CZ on Quicker. So it's not a bad buy by a long shot. But they've already lost one member, that being Dima. Ros left. Why has no one checked for that? Why has nobody checked that angle? Finally, a tray comes in from prison, but this is so much for him to have to do. Finds the double on towards Stavney, but Dragonfly already holding now from long. Few shots come in, inquisitive play from Prison. But this is a huge ask. Bear in mind, they've got to actually jump up and get the bomb at some point as well. Which wastes crucial time, allowing this peek from Sacrone. Prison now trapped in pit, he'll be taken down by Torben. Disaster strikes time and time again for AVANGAR. They're always kicked in the worst possible moments, aren't they? They truly are. Already, early shots being flung on around. Dragonfly looking for one of his own. Frozlev with the deep smoke. I like this because it gives him the angle down onto a stairwell. Whole of AVANGAR bunched up. Actually, to see if they can work up through Banana. Not quite the angle, but still gives you a good idea of exactly what's going on. Just pistols charging up to potentially what could be their deaths. Torben, he's on a daily trip to bowling. Literally just rolls through his opposition, finally gets traded, but then Sacrone will say, right, my turn now. Looking rough indeed. AVANGAR just can't break. DT said of Fragsters, and I don't want to say discipline or anything like that, because I don't believe Fragsters are playing with any discipline at all. In terms of over-peaking or aggression, that they are just running around and taking every fight. What I do think is the fact they're taking a lot of those fights together, the fact they're using their own utility, like you see from the mollies there, for example, both of them playing the aggressive banana control. It's something in itself. Dragonfly getting the opening pick on towards Demon now for, what, the second or third time. These are all things that add up towards the success of Fragsters. Dink on towards Quicker through the smoke. Just adding to the list of problems. Prison at least trying to walk on out and catch them by surprise over on A, but Dragonfly taking that peek as well. He'll fire off a shot even if it misses at this point, because Stavny will just play with the bait that's put in front of him. That's 2 kills handed over to him, almost with ease. Sacrone with a flash in his hand. He'll throw that the minute he senses anyone coming his way. Then he'll peek. There you go, flash thrown. They do turn from it, but not going to be enough for Quicker not to fall. Buster securing a trade, but it's a 1v4 ace clutch now put on the table. Push comes through from Stavny. He's going to hold the headshot at this point. It's not quite the headshot, but he was holding for it, and he's still presented the kill nonetheless, which is exactly what's really important. It's 10-2. And I want to make a point here. This is a good time to make that point because they can't really spend on the AVANGAR lineup. So it will likely go 11-2. I see a lot of talk about the fact that people believe AVANGAR will still win. I disagree if the scoreline continues to go in the current trend. The reason why I disagree is not necessarily just because Fragsters are going to have this huge half, but it's something to do with that for sure. It's the fact that if Fragsters say go 13-2, there's no way, even if AVANGAR play the best CT side they can possibly do, I don't want to say there's no way, but there's a very likely chance the Fragsters will still get just 2 rounds. Or even 1 round to break the economy of AVANGAR. Because they have so little they need to close out the game. I mean, you saw it from MK. Even with MK arguably choking on their second half, they still only needed a few rounds. They only pushed it to overtime, but even in overtime, they were still remaining victorious. And that's where they woke up and finally got the reality check of, we need to win this now. So I think the picture you have to paint for yourself is that if AVANGAR are truly the better team, they've got a long way to go to bring this one back. But if they want to make things really easy for them, then they better step up now, which we're not seeing. Of course, these pistols involved in a bit of a tragic mass murder. The newspapers whipping up a story as we speak. They aren't too pretty for this team. Team are just going to hide in the corner, play a bit of cat and mouse with Fragsters. Well, New York will hold. New York will be rewarded for that. Fragsters 11-2. And a buy round that really will tell the difference between Fragsters getting that 13-2 or not now, to be honest. I think as well you have to talk about the idea of bomb plants. They've got the bomb down twice, as you can see. Their economy has been trash all game thanks to that. They've barely been able to get anything done. Also, the 2 rounds they did get, you look at the timing of those 2 rounds. After 4 rounds, they got 1, and then they got reset. So it's perfect timing for Fragsters as well to really control what the T's can spend. So it is as bad as it could possibly get for AVANGAR at this point. But this is their chance. They're flashing, doing everything they can through this deep banana smoke. They know Fragsters wanted to get some control, but it's a bit of an illusion. Dragonfly slow peeking it. Buster with the headshot. Now make the push. Daphne walking in towards Grism. This is good. This is a 2-man advantage. A very hard round to throw away. The Chrome, though, does rotate towards the B site, supported as well by his teammate Torben. The boost on towards the flower pot angle comes on through. AVANGAR still persistent that the B site is their target, especially so that Frozlev has just taken down Dima. Now smoke comes in, flash as well. Torben right above him, right underneath him. They don't check him until it's almost too late. Prison finally with a trade, but Zachrone, all he's got to do is just wait at this point for his teammate. 2v2 that they should feel quite comfortable in, really. He has all the information. Knowing that Prison is at least his back dark, James posted on construction could make things a little difficult, but now he's peaked nice and wide. That's going to force him. Prism, 42 HP. Bear in mind, again, want to stress the fact that they should know he's there. Does get the big spray. This should be Proslev's frag. Going for the one-tap. Prison! Okay, that's good. That's really good, because that had to have been a one-tap or he was dead. If there's ever someone that AVANGAR need to give a raise right now, it probably should be him. He's given them a real big chance at this game. 11-4 could change everything in this second half. 11-4 isn't a bad B-side. At least old Inferno. New Inferno, it's not great. You could do a 4 or 5 at least. Much more towards 6, but it's not great. Dragonfly at least taking down James anyway to try and disprove that 11-4 is doable. Prism taking the fight from Boiler. Starting to look towards the site. Started to see him wake up in that previous round. He got the one tap he needed. It was a big ask, and I almost didn't believe myself, but he proved us wrong. He proved me wrong. Buster now stepping up as well with the AWP to find just another kill. Making things even 4-4. AVANGAR seemingly a bit of a stint of life now put into them. Quick kills come in. Crescent. The final on towards Frozlev, who's Zachrone all alone. This is a hard retake. Dima, my corner, may well lose his life. That smoke perfectly defending him. He actually chooses to withdraw, which I think will leave him at least left intact. But Zachrone still going to have a crack at this, of course. Ollie in the arms of Quick Cut, though, is incredibly useful. Does begin to fizzle on out, but at this point so much time has been spent. It's up a second. Dima gonna spray him down. 11-4 secured. By all means, not a great half, but a much better half when you take into account how things went. I think that's a pretty fair call in that 1v1. That he wouldn't find that. It's so tough for him to land that shot. The angle really is quite brutal too. Well, let's see how the pistol will go. Fragsters. Ability on Dragonfly. They're hitting towards B, so either the CT smoke or the construction smoke. CT smoke does come in quicker with a tap. Response from Torben. Quick as anything, they charge on through. Buster quickly being punished for his aggression. Zachrone, perhaps hungry for James at this point, pushes into the headshot angle, but James is only going to get tackled down to 50 HP, neither of which getting the kill just yet. Stavny left unchecked. Again, AVANGAR caught not checking their angles. And Fragsters move up to 12. Can't help but feel like AVANGAR have had a lot of problems down to them just not checking corners. Not expecting people to be in the situations they're in. In that case, for example, didn't think that he would push CT. Good entry from Torben as well. Starts to really set just another problem in motion. Only one man towards B has lost his life quicker. The anchor remaining, and he's taking the contact fight. Kind of rough for him as the UMP will just really gob him up. But I think at this point, AVANGAR have committed to losing the round. It is going to go 13-4. But they want these weapons in this next round so they can at least try and fight it out. Otherwise, they would have nothing. It would be literally flat USPs. So it's better for them to have the Kevlar and the Scout and the upgraded pistols. Bear in mind, there's a helmets as well on Crozen and Dima. It really is truly better for them just to save. Comes in, Stavny taking down Dima anyway, starting to deny the save, which is problematic for AVANGAR, as I said. Stavny's still hunting. Crozen will take him down, that's better, but then Torben with a trade again. Denies the AK-47, which is the bigger prize. Is anyone able to confirm if AVANGAR are boot camping? I don't actually know that. A comment mentioned by Will, but I'd love to hear a little bit more about their time boot camping, because it seems like they're struggling a whole lot right now. Perhaps a map they're not really feeling too good on, but then I raised the point, at the end of the day, it's a best of one. If you let Inferno come through, if you let any map go through in a best of one, you've made the mistake. Here's going to be the banana play from Fragsters, all grouped up, thrown with the molly. In towards dark, now knows that no one is embedded in the angle. This is a stack from AVANGAR, so they should be feeling pretty good about this push when it comes in, but the SMGs will still look to eat them alive. The flashes are good. Already one player exposed. Make that two. Sakrone dealing with them as they come charging on through. Torben, the fourth kill. The excitement all at phase. James trying to hold things off from CT, and he picks up a kill. While he's at it. Not long before Torben finish things off. Fragsters 14-4. Huge gap between these two teams. Pretty at all. Smoke towards B. I like that. Is that the smoke that I think it is? I wish I could check right now, but I can't because it will look terrible for you guys. But I'd really love to know, because if that is the smoke that I think it is, it lands vaguely. Alright, we can use this. Yeah, it lands vaguely like here. This is the smoke. That's so frustrating for AVANGAR. It doesn't prompt any rotates, but basically allows the whole Fragsters line to move up towards A. There's a little bit more of a tasteful smoke when you see a rotate. It depends on the situation. I mean, AVANGAR, they're not going to be easily movable here for sure. They're going to be standing their ground. The pressure. Applying the defenses on A, knowing that a push is almost incoming. Crossfires on hay bales. Into the corner. Dima. Trying to kill number one. At least an advantage for AVANGAR to work with. Torben's starting to retake banana control. Fragsters setting their eyes now on towards this B site. Wonder if AVANGAR realise that is the case. The lack of presence suddenly kicks on in. They start rotating, but it doesn't matter because they're taking contact now. The flashes coming through. The double peek is nice. No trade still coming in. Already a pretty significant disadvantage now. A kill yet again, leaving it all on towards Frostlev now. 1 versus 4. UMP in his hand, pistol. What he chooses to use. Quicker will take him down. A round given to the CT side. They fought hard for it. Pulled it off the back of that. It is their 5th. There is so much for them to do. So many rounds they need. But 9 back-to-back, you gotta start somewhere. Early molly towards steps, denying Hema from taking boiler and actually moving up in towards apps. Quicker, looking like he wants to get aggressive. But they were unable to find the kills, they spray through the smoke. Buster, good angle from him, but he's burning in the molly, so has to fall back, and Torben gonna hear those flames tick, will now know he's likely gonna be close sandbags. Meanwhile, playing up on towards A very spread Fragsters lineup as they all evaluate their opportunities. Surely he doesn't get sued. Thankfully, Torben drops off the barrel on a slight mistake, enables the 1-for-1, cutting the chaos of the whole Dragonfly. Interrupt me, go for it, buddy, when you get a hit shot like that. Knocking Buster down through the wall. Prison spotted out by Stabney. His head taken right off. And things go 4 for 2. AVANGAR. Things just got rough. Look at them. Look at what happens to their economy. Look at what happens to the game if Fragsters take this. You have to argue that they already should save, but oh, James, that was a nice shot. Don't get me wrong, but you need to be thinking about that weapon in your future. 15-5. I'd like to see you with an AWP and an AK and a few more rifles, and not just pistols. Bomb is going to tick on down. This game is going to be secured. Likely so. By this current score, then at least. Struggling lineup. And on their final hurrah. Prison. 5-7. James has that AWP and they have 2 rifles. And so, Molly's flashes on this banana area looking like it's about to heat up real quick. Dragonfly hitting a shot on himself. Quick out the man to fool. James with a quick trade. Savney. He walks through this. This is worrying. Play again with the trade as well. They're just walking through banana at this point, plowing down frag after frag. We're a 4v2 again. Then something tells me Stavley might end this game himself. The wall on Dima. I think he knows at this point where he stands. The 1v4 required. 1v4 that he's gonna have a crack at. But I'm not seeing it. Maybe I'm a negative dude, who knows. Holding for the exits. Taken down by Frozlev. That is going to be that 16-5. Game number 3 of the Hellcase Cup. Group B concluding. Very strong revolt for Fragsters, really has to be said. But we're going to head to a quick break as the next game is coming up blisteringly quick. I've been told that there really is going to be very little break. Fragsters have some stuff to get to. So we'll be back with you soon. In the meantime, don't go nowhere. Check out these commercials and make sure to get yourself involved. Of course, free Hellcase case if you use the code SLTV.
World Electronic Sports Games returns with a new season, the largest championship among national teams in the history of esports. Dota 2, Hearthstone, CSGO, StarCraft 2, and $5.5 million at stake. European finals will be held in marvelous Barcelona from the 22nd to the 26th of November. Win your slot in the finals of the World Championship. Register right now.